Hi there crafters, it's Louise with you today. Welcome along to my channel. I hope that if this is your first time here, you might think about subscribing so you could see some future videos from me. Today I'm sharing a 12x12 scrapbook layout inspired by a shaker pocket, and this is for Mystical Scrapbooks. So this particular paper is from Couture Creations and it's called Earthy Delights. It is it's just the most pretty paper, and as soon as I saw it, I knew that there was going to be some kind of fussy cutting to it. But I also picked up from Mystical Scrapbooks the fabulous Paper Rose Studio clear crystals, and as soon as I saw them in their little package, I kind of knew that I wanted to do this shaker pocket kind of layout. So lots of different shaker pocket inspiration I've seen on YouTube lately, but for me, I really wanted to cut out the back of this floral and make this giant shaker pocket. So I am just using tape initially, and I'm going to cover that up with just a piece of packaging. So a 12x12, I think it might have been like some 49er Market rub-ons that I used. I just keep that in my stash and use the packaging for various different things that I need. So you can also see, to add that little bit of room to make what I'm calling my shaker pocket, even though it's a little bit of a different kind of shaker pocket to what you would normally see, this is how I'm creating. So I'm going to use cardboard scraps in my background to mount that up a little bit higher, and then I'm going to use just foam dots around that top section just because it's that little bit smaller, but it still needed a little bit of dimension just to separate it from the layout. All right, so now that I am happy with the sort of basis of my shaker pocket, you can see I've chose what is now 10-year-old photo of Master Cooper as a baby. I chose this because it's been in my stash, obviously printed for a little while, and it really matched with the floral elements that were in that bottom right-hand corner. So I felt like it was going to be the right type of photo to go with this layout. I'm going to position my photo, then I'm also going to put some cardboard behind that to help mount it. And now I'm going to actually draw on my background paper the areas where I don't want to stick any, in brackets, shaker pocket elements, because you'll see that I'm actually going to use matte medium. When I'm creating a shaker pocket, I actually don't really like to have things that are shaking. I like them to sort of sit on the page a little bit more. So I pop a little bit of matte medium into my background and then sprinkle elements around. So firstly with the clear crystals, and they kind of have this almost little diamond sort of feel to them. So if you haven't seen them before, I definitely recommend them. They're super fun to play with. And then I'm going to use some sequins and then some little sparkly elements as well. So what I'm trying to do is just simply create texture in that background. It didn't have to be anything super serious. I want some loose elements, but I want you to also be able to see it so that it doesn't sit on the bottom of the layout and kind of get the effect lost. Once I'm happy with how that is stuck down, there's no reason to wait for it to dry. I can go ahead and mount my top page, making sure that all the layers around the outside are stuck down, making sure everything's attached and glued. I use a bit of extra tacky glue here and there, so it sticks together quite nicely. After I'm happy with the shaker pocket element, I go through my stash and I dig out a couple of little extra elements just to enhance this floral cluster a little bit more. So you can see I've picked a title because I hadn't already had a title picked. I'm going to mount some of the florals onto some white to help them pop and be able to put some foam behind them a little bit. I do sort of have a bit of a play around with the white textured florals, but they don't really fit into what I'm working on, so I decided that they're not going to make it onto the layout. But I do think this is something super sweet and a little bit different in terms of what I'm calling a shaker pocket, but it was really fun to put together, and I love how this one's turned out with that little bit of sparkle and some pops of gold in the layout. All right, basically just sticking everything down, gluing it together, make sure I'm happy with the elements. I heard somebody on another video actually call this auditioning, so where you sort of position a piece but don't actually stick it down is called what you would audition elements for placement. And in the final stages, I'm purely just going to add a couple of little stickers from my stash, a few little leaves and bits and pieces, just to bring it all together and finish this particular layout. So I really did have some fun with this one. I hope that you have enjoyed my take on the shaker pocket. Please make sure that you visit Mystical Scrapbooks, because you can find elements from this creation in the online store. And if you want to subscribe, I would love to have you follow my channel. And if you leave a comment, I do love to read the comments as well. So thank you for watching.